Adjusting how tasks are laid out in the timescale is helpful, particularly when task link lines look like spaghetti. Layout options also let you change the date format, the height of bars, and how splits appear. Well, to format the layout of a timescale in the Gantt chart, go to the Format tab, and then click the Layout button. The first thing you see in the Layout dialog box is 3 options for how link lines appear. The default option is kind of like an upside-down L, and it's nice and clean, so you can still see the links, but there's just not too much going on. The only problem is sometimes the vertical parts of the link lines overlap. So another option, if you want to get rid of the overlapping, is to choose this S shape. If I apply that, you can see that the taskbars then go from the ends of one bar to the end of the other, and they don't overlap as much. Another option, if you want to focus on the tasks and when they occur, is to not show the link lines at all. So in that case, you would choose this no link line option, but usually you'll use the L-shaped one. Another thing you can do is you can change the date format that appears on taskbars. This abbreviated one is nice because it doesn't take up a lot of room. But if for some reason you wanted more information, for example, you could choose the date, and then you'll see that format on the taskbars. Another setting you can choose is the bar height. 12 is the default number, and that shows a taskbar height as shown here. If you want them higher, just choose a bigger number. Another good setting is to round bars to whole days. That way, really short tasks that are 1 or 2 hours and are barely visible in the timescale will just have a little more substance. And the other setting that's turned on is Show Bar Splits, and that means that it'll actually show a split in a task. So I'm going to click OK. And you can see that the height of those bars got a little bigger. And now I'm going to add a split. So I go to the Task tab, click the split icon, and when I drag the middle of this bar, just ignore this little warning here, and add the split, and you see that there's a dotted line, and that indicates that the task is split. Later on, we'll talk a little bit more about how you add splits and why you want to do that. Adjusting the layout of tasks is helpful, mainly when task link lines become overwhelming. You can choose various settings in the layout box to make a schedule easier to read.